Welcome to AltJake Takes On. Hello again, everybody. We are back. I am AltJake. You're listening to AltJake Takes On, episode number 39. Here with my buddy George, as always. How you doing today, my friend?
Good. I wish you could have seen me doing air guitar. That was
it's funny. I usually do more of the drums, which I never played. I played bass guitar in bands in like high school and stuff, but no, I always do drums, which is the dumbest thing because I'm not a drummer by any means. Yeah, thanks everybody for listening. We want to make sure that you guys are tuning into our Sunday night spaces at 8:05 p.m. Eastern on my X account at AltJake Takes On. The live show every Thursday at 8:45 p.m. Eastern with our live Dynamite reviews where we watch the show so you don't have to. And hopefully we get to review the Tony Khan lives from that day as well. Those have been a lot of fun. I've been trying to clip those and put them out for people. They seem to enjoy those. Follow us on all podcast feeds too as well. We're seeing a lot more listenership there. We've seen Canada, Mexico, Brazil. So thanks everybody for tuning in and listening. We are trying
Australia. Don't forget our Aussie fans.
Oh yeah. Our original worldwide member, and then obviously our people in the UK and England as well. I just appreciate all of it. It's cool. It's cool to see. It makes me feel like all right.
If you guys are listening, on the podcast. Check out the YouTube channel when you get a chance and see if you like it over here too.
Yeah. Subscribe, like leave comments too. The ratings are like my wife the other day is like, I just figured out how to rate your podcast. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it. It's nice to have a little bit of the female demographic too. So no, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's been fun. The live shows have been getting more interactive too. We're seeing more chats in there and more people. They've been doing well afterwards too, but more people joining us live. I think we're finally getting a name out there with it and kind of in that sweet spot on Thursdays after the SC Maniacs and hopefully before Dis is Awful, but Awful's had some serious technical issues from what I've heard. So they've had some issues with that, but I think we've
been getting like different groups of people every week. Not a combined group of everyone, but just different combinations of different people.
Well, I mean,
you can all show up at once. We don't mind.
It's also one of those things too that I feel like you don't really get settled in until you've been doing it for a couple, maybe 3 or 4 months, because then people know and then they remember for it. And I think a lot of people are like, oh, you guys are live now? Yep. So please keep join us. We'll try to be as interactive as possible. I put the chats up on screen where I can. And, I remember when I wasn't watching Dynamite, I would try to watch different reviews of it so I'd at least know what was going on. And that's kind of what we're doing. And not even kind of, we are going segment by segment, breaking down every single segment, no matter how long that it is.
Yeah, it's not all bad stuff.
No, some of them are. No,
it's not like ripping them apart. It's actually, constructive wise.
Well, and the thing is, some of them can be difficult to watch, but we're finding the good in stuff because there are talented people there. There are people that can do really good things. That just sometimes they're not. They just need some direction. That's my continued issue with AEW is they're just not pointing. They're pointed in all directions. You just need a straight forward. But
since you mentioned AEW at the start, I was gonna kind of have them a little bit later, but I got 2 things from AEW that I thought were important. Mr. Tony Khan has taken to Twitter and said he's been enjoying doing all his media rounds and he's looking forward to signing books coming up. Signings. Yes.
Oh no, the AEW, what is it like? This book is all elite. Is that what it's?
I don't care.
Yeah, I know they put out. I know they recently put it out because they've talked about. I mean, I've seen how they don't mention Cody so much in it and stuff.
I got a kick out of the fact
he's
getting ready for signings of the book, which
I mean,
don't
do they even?
But it's fine.
I mean, not to be mean, but I mean, how many bookstores are left anymore? And are people buying that off the shelves? And I guess you could do it at like a Target or something. I don't see that many people. Yeah, I mean, how much is the book selling? I'm sure the super fans bought it. The same amount of people that subscribe to the Observer, but how many people is that really? And I mean, anybody who knows the truth knows how important Cody Rhodes was to them. And come on, I don't know.
There's some things probably missing.
just a few. Yeah, I forget. I saw somebody posted like an excerpt of like one of the pages of it, and I tried to read it, and it was just drivel. But I mean, I just
thought it was interesting that Tony was doing that. That was about
I mean, if you're gonna want to get the book signed, it would be by at this point it would be Cody or not Cody, Tony, the Bucks, Omega, I guess. I mean, I'm sure everybody's got a page they could sign. I mean, that would be a good way to have if you were an autograph collector, to have all the signatures in one spot or one book.
Yeah, so if you get Tony's signature, the book cost you $14.95. With his signature, now it's worth $10.95. The hell that works?
Yes, I think so. I mean, not my style. Not what I'm looking for.
All
not
right.
what I'm looking for.
We can skip on to the next topic then.
Yeah. All right. I was gonna say, if you, I mean, I know we've got some good stuff to cover from the week in wrestling and some stuff from the shows, but I didn't know if you had any other topics or things you wanted to
I
bring
got a
up
couple
before
things. I got a couple.
Perfect. Good. No, I like when we start this way before we just dive right into it.
Yeah, like I said, I was going to do my AEW stuff after I did my main stuff, but since we're there already,
right,
might as well just do it now. I did see where Miss Mercedes Moné beat Red Velvet for the ROH TV title.
Yeah, that was the one thing from Collision that stood out to me when I read the review of it.
That? Big news.
I mean, so now was it that she would, because she had the interim and that just mean that she kept, so I don't think that gives her a new belt, does it? Technically, I think it's just solidifying the belt that she had. This is as semantic as you can friggin' get in a wrestling podcast, but
I didn't know Velvet was still even there.
Well, that's so my understanding, and I could be wrong, but here's my understanding of it is Red Velvet was that champion. She had that belt and she got injured. And remember back when like CM Punk got injured and Tony was like trying to do the interim championship thing and it just didn't work
with everybody. Yeah.
Right. Well, he still does that in Ring of Honor because he really loves that. It makes it more sports based for him or whatever. So he still loves that and does that in Ring of Honor. So Red Velvet had the title, got hurt. Somebody else, I think it was Mina, who was the interim, whatever. I think it's the women's championship or TV title or whatever it is. And Mercedes won that. And then by beating Red Velvet, she just made it so she's no longer the interim. She's just the champion. To my understanding,
I was excited nonetheless.
I mean, just keep them going. Hey, it's employing what, 12, 13, 14 indie guys in every town. Or, I mean, some of them I don't think are actually wrestler. I think some of them I'm pretty sure are just Chippendales.
Yeah. Why that show is not on YouTube is beyond me.
I've said that. Well, first off, when he turned down the CW talking to him about it and just didn't want to go anywhere, like still one of the dumbest things ever. I mean, look at he mimics the wrong things of WWE. Look what WWE does, where they diversify, where they've got a show on cable and on broadcast and on streaming. Like they're everywhere that they can possibly be. And if the CW wanted Ring of Honor, why didn't you take that? But if you weren't going to, put it on YouTube. How many people are subscribing to Honor Club that's making it worth it?
10.
That you wouldn't get. That would, if even if it's a revenue thing, YouTube, there's revenue there, but it's just an eyes thing, like for the wrestlers, so they can know they wrestled. I mean, everybody talks about, oh, Athena's got this title reign. You either hear one or two things about Athena. You know, she's had like a 700 title reign in Ring of Honor, or when you see her, you're like, where has she been? I haven't seen her in 2 years, and it's because nobody knows.
Yeah, if you're bored one night and you're on your phone and you're scrolling through YouTube and you see ROH, you give it a couple minutes.
Yeah. Or let's just say, I mean, there are people that are talented. Let's just say there is some amazing banger match that you hear about, and you're like, oh, well, I can look it up right here. I'll watch that for 20 minutes. Sure. You know, somebody, one of my friends told me this was great. It can get a buzz going. It can get something. It can get eyes. And also too, that's their social media game is just not on. It's terrible, but I never understood it. Why wouldn't you put it on YouTube? It doesn't make any sense. Keep the pay-per-views on Honor Club or however you want to do it. But you know, whatever. I'm pretty sure they do a weekly show on Fridays, I believe. But who knows? Because it's on Honor Club and nobody watches that.
I repeat, 10 people do.
Yeah, I think
I'm pretty close to that.
I don't think you're far off. You're close. But I mean, that is where it is. And Mercedes got another or solidified her belt. So I think that keeps it at 13. So yeah,
I think we'll see.
And she wrestles this weekend for the next one.
My next topic I had was one we're going to skip because I'm going to get frustrated. And it was my Buffalo Bills last night. So we're going to move on to the next one.
Understood.
Hey, did you see the UPS plane photos that the NTSB threw out there?
No,
6 new photos they just popped up yesterday.
no, I did
They
not.
released 6 photos of the plane as to what happened, and they were
Right,
they were taken from the surveillance footage from the airport. They're unbelievable. So scary to see what actually happened. They show 6 separate photos. One is the takeoff, looks great. The second one, you see the engine blow up. Third one, you see the engine flying.
Jesus.
It didn't really strike. I mean, when you heard about it, it was like, holy crap, that sucks. But when you actually see these still photos that they released, it's amazing. It's amazing. I feel those pilots are unbelievably courageous to do what they did, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's one of those situations where, there's a reason why these certain jobs that you're trained for, you're trained to work your entire career, and you hope you never have to use that training, but you kick it and you have that
Yeah, but the weird thing, Jake, is
to be able to make the decisions.
Yeah, the weird thing about all that is all that training they had, none of it mattered here. There's nothing they could have done.
No, I mean, yeah, but I mean,
I know, I don't, you know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, no, for sure. But just
absolutely, you could have had Sully or whatever the hell his name was.
Oh yeah, it was Sully. Yeah,
and he wouldn't have been able to do anything here. Just one of those things.
Yeah,
dude.
and I remember when Cornette talked about it and explained it, and I saw other pictures of like the areas of it, like that was the one way it could have been flying where it wouldn't have caused even more damage on the ground, which is just horrifying, just absolutely terrifying.
Well, if you get a chance after the show, just
I will.
They're out there, they're everywhere.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I have not been online much today. I've been my wife was out cleaning my house today. She's gonna come home and gonna be real impressed with me. I got some brownie points. Hell yeah,
nice, good for you.
Yeah, hey, you gotta make it work, right? Plus the weather's super nice here now, so I can have like the windows open and get the breeze in. This is why we live in Phoenix from now until the end of April. It's gonna be really perfect to live here. Yeah.
My last topic, and it's going to tie right into what we're going to be talking about shortly.
Nice.
Rebecca Quinn on X.
Yes.
Unbelievably gifted.
Wow. She's always been great, but what she's doing now, and like, I mean, it's honestly, it's the whole character, because the way she does this stuff with, it's not just me who says it. It's Sports Illustrated, it's Bleacher Report. Like, no, that's the I mean, everybody's
the best.
Oh yeah, with the way she was talking about Jessica Carr and all that. Like, was it crooked car, corrupt car, whatever she was
all
saying?
Capital letters.
Yeah,
oh, God, great stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you know what she's doing, you know what she's doing. It's. I mean, she's so smart with it too, and I mean, just how she's able. Like, that's the thing I was gonna say too. Is everybody's upset like about Seth getting injured and how it hurts the vision, but she was so great with what she was doing with him. She's so underrated. That's what, like, when we get to talking about the match and stuff in the show, like she's so good at what she does, and not only with the character of it, but with all of her delivery, the stuff on X. Though I did see that. I've been seeing it for a while of it, but the ones, was it today or yesterday where she was?
I saw him today. So
yeah. I think I don't know if I saw it last night or today. I know exactly the tweet you're talking about.
Okay, question is, who's got a better X game, Rebecca or Drew?
Right now, it's still Drew, but that's because your best game is going to be when you're a heel, and Becky's been this heel character, but not for that long. It was only when she came back and turned on Lyra. So, and Drew's been doing it for 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, like Drew, kind of similar to like Cody, where Drew left and came back, and Cody took the blueprint and did it better. Like Becky could take him over, because Becky, I mean, she's got that great Irish wit. She's quick. She knows. I mean, she's also really good with like the pop culture references. I mean, that's what she's doing with her Twitter game now. That's a really great question, and one of those things where a year from now we might be able to have the discussion. But as of now, Drew is the king of social media. Jesus.
Right. I'm still very impressed with the way Becky's throwing it down, though. Great.
Yeah, no, it's great. No, it's awesome. I didn't think to bring that up on the show, but that was good. No, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. I mean,
I figured the last topic would tie into our
that's
Raw, so.
Yep. Nope. No, I was gonna try to pull it. Hang on, I think I can even pull up the one from Becky here.
Yeah, the Jessica Carr thing was pretty funny.
Yeah, no, there it is. It's right there. We can share that screen really fast. This is yeah, no. So
she's up their game.
Yeah,
I didn't know she had this in her, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so hang on, let's zoom in. Yeah, the horrible, disgraceful finish on Raw. Becky Lynch, just the way she's delivering with it, and like, I'm a winner, I'm a megastar. And the thing is, though, this Jessica Carr stuff, I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to lead to her getting a match because she was doing the stuff in Evolve. I always forget the name of it.
Yeah.
But this is just, what do they call this? S tier? Is that what they call it? Yeah, and this was today. This was done this morning. Yeah, no. Just the way it's delivered too, with the capital letters, and just I love it. By
the way, she's got 2.4 million followers.
Good God, really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that many. It makes sense though. That's WWE.
Look at the one she just put out 2 hours ago.
Oh, hang on, I can get that. Which one? 2 hours.
She's replying to Rick about Jessica Carr's refusal to count Maxxine. This is the one where she thanks Sports Illustrated, like you talked about.
Oh,
all capitals.
Yep.
The whole way through.
Yeah. Whoop. Yep. No, hang on. I see it. We got it here.
Oh God,
we got it right there. No, you're right. All capitals, right there.
That was the one I liked the most.
Yeah, she's the best in the business, like me. Alex Scam Roberts. That's good stuff. I didn't see that one yet. Obviously, that's Sam Roberts. The Busted Open. You both have terrible ratings. Oh my God, this is great. And Rick Ucchino is a giant Becky Lynch fan. Like, I don't know much about him, but that's what I know about him.
Oh, yeah, she calls him an unbiased source. So
yeah, exactly. So you know that she's up. And that's good that she's keeping with this character, because they easily could have turned her baby face with Seth going injured and like how she attacked Heyman and stuff. But I'm sure she's wanted to do this because she knows her stock can only help people. And we'll get to it when we get into Raw here in a second, where what she's doing only helps people. She tried. She did her best with Lyra, is what it is with that one. She tried. Lyra is what Lyra is on those ones, I guess.
But. Yeah, Lyra's now going with Bailey and doing her thing there. So that's a good turn for her too. So
yeah, I just feel like there was that when she showed up, it kind of seemed like she was going to be the big push, and she's going to get there, but it's going to take more time with it. I feel like with her, but yeah, no, Raw started off where it had to. You had to start off with John Cena with the way that audience was. I think they had over 19,000 people in Madison Square Garden. I don't know the exact numbers, but Jesus, it looked big. It looked, yeah, there it was. I'm like,
so him and that cameraman have quite the history together.
Yeah, Stu. That's why I grabbed this picture. Yeah, that's why I grabbed this one as opposed to the other one they had from behind Stu, because that's his guy. How many entrances he come in? Hey, Stu, and he always says something to him, and then they do the rundown with it. And
yeah, Stu still got a set of wheels on him.
I was gonna say good for Stu, because John doing it for 20 years is one thing, but Stu is clearly older. That's it's a gray beard there and a little bit of a punch, but good for Stu. He keeps up and down, keeps him moving.
Uh-huh.
But you had to start with John Cena going into the crowd here with Madison Square. The place was hyped for him. Everybody knew this was his last Raw appearance. It was his last time in MSG. Like, he had the Intercontinental title. It just made sense.
Everyone was waiting for the one-on-one match. Very excited.
I see. I didn't think that was. I was not surprised by where it went. I thought it was going to be a tag match, but I wasn't surprised with where it went. Because I thought Dom was going to take on Ray in San Diego until Dom lost the Intercontinental title. And then it just made a lot of sense where, he'll cheat to win it back in San Diego. It makes a lot, I don't know, maybe John keeps it, but it doesn't really make any sense for it. But, they went back and forth and talked their shit back and forth. There were some great lines. I don't remember any of them off the top of my head, unfortunately, but there were some good ones back and forth. Dom holding his own is probably the best part of all of this, where he didn't buckle under the pressure. He didn't forget his lines like Roman did in 2015 or whatever. Like,
I think John's a perfect guy for that, though, the good bounce off stuff, because if you screw up, doesn't matter to Cena. He'll make it happen. It don't matter.
That's true. That's true. But the thing is, like, you can tell in a person when they're, scared of it. But Dom held his own. Dom was great. And then you had the Judgment Day come running out. And I mean, the moment you saw that happening, you knew what it was going to be. I didn't know who was all going to be in the triple threat.
I was going with John Cena versus Finn Balor or JD McDonough at this point.
See, I was thinking it was going to be John Cena and Rey Mysterio versus Dom and Finn, or Dom and JD was what I was thinking. But, the big pasty Irishman rolling out.
Yeah, he's hurt. He's hurt.
Is he?
Yes.
I did not know that. What happened?
Came out today. He's something with his shoulder. I have to look it up again.
I hate to be this guy, but I feel like it's one of those things that, like, with where his age is and his career, like, we've talked about it before, where there's guys on NXT that are ready to come up and some room has to be cleared. And you hate to say, like, not calling for anybody's job or anything, but you're just saying, like, there's spots on TV that need to be taken up by other people. I feel like at this point,
sidelined with a shoulder injury, out for the Cena tournament.
Ooh, okay. So, what does that mean?
He's not medically cleared to continue in the competition. Additional information will be provided tonight on SmackDown.
On SmackDown. Okay, that's actually, hey, I mean, it's a crappy situation, but you got to make the best out of it, I guess. That's actually a good way of doing that. I wonder if they'll have another match or someone will take that spot. That's interesting. Nope. Sorry. Well, get well soon, Sheamus. I was not aware he got injured. I don't know what happened in the match for it, but I mean, he's what? He's in his mid 40s. I mean, he's in great shape, but your body only holds up so much. And he's been doing this for how long? And
with his style.
I was just going to say, and his style of match, that was literally the sentence that was cut. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but at least this match, there was some fun to it. They were able to do I liked how Ray had to get on the middle rope to do
Sheamus is 47, by the way.
Okay. I was thinking mid 40s. That's late. That's late. No, I don't care what you say. That's late 40s. But I mean, and again, with his style, and he wrestled how long before he got to WWE? What was he doing on the indies? It's not that surprising. He had the 15 knuckle shuffle. I thought that was good. I was not surprised they did. I was surprised they did the 15 beats of the Bowdrin or whatever they want to go. I guess that would be what, 30, because it's 10 and there's 3 of them. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. No, but this was fun. I mean, and honestly, with Cena, it just makes sense to, like, you got to wrap him up in cotton wool essentially at this point. You don't want to get, the last thing they want is for him to get injured. There was a lot of people saying that they thought he was going to be in the War Games match, and people like, oh, you could check it off his list. I'm like, how important is that though? Shout out to the Wrestling Old Head. We were on watching Rumor and Innuendo on YouTube, and we were in the chat of that discussing it. And I mean, he made some good points that it would be good for Cena to, like, so he could say he was in a War Games match, but how much does that matter to a guy who's only was ever in WWE? The War Games, since it's been in WWE, it meant something in NXT. On the main roster, it's just been like more of a spectacle. And let's be real, last year there was 10 guys in the men's War Games match, and 40% of them were injured afterwards. Like, that's not when Cena's last match is in 2 weeks after the PLE. You can't be risking that, right?
Yeah, I've never once wanted to see Cena in a War Games.
No,
never.
Me either. I just know there was a lot of people that were thinking that was where it was going to go, that he would be in the spot, because it's obviously Brock was going to be in the War Games. Everybody kind of figured that, but I never thought Cena would be in it. And it just and him wrestling Dom in his hometown where the Padres play makes a lot of sense. Petco Park, that's what it's called.
Yeah, I could tell that when they announced this match in the beginning, people were happy, but they weren't as happy as they were hoping to be.
Yeah, but I mean,
you could tell there was a collective when he said 6-man tag, and people were like,
I get that, but they made it work, and by the end of it, it was fine with it. But also, too, I think people have so much expectation, and when they don't get what they thought it was going to be.
Here's the thing: if you're going to MSG, you just dropped like $300-400 for the cheap seats, and you wanted to see John Cena in a match. You don't want to see him in a 6-man tag, dude.
I mean, I guess you still got him in the match. He was able to do. He got the. I mean,
I'm just looking at it from my point of view. If I spend $600 for me and my son to go to this thing to see John Cena's match, final time in Madison Square Garden on Raw, I wouldn't be pissed he was in a 6-man tag, but I wouldn't exactly be happy.
I get you. But I mean, I also understand it from the perspective of he's got to get through 2 more matches essentially without getting injured, and we're trying to keep him safe with it. I mean, it is.
And with Finn Balor and JD or Dom, you're guaranteed that. I mean,
yeah, and there was definitely where you had professionals in there where there was no chance of any stupid shenanigans, and JD was gonna take a bunch of great bumps like he always does. I love that guy, man. That guy's great. Then we had Jackie Redmond in the ring, set to bring out Stephanie Vaquer, which then got attacked by Nikki Bella. Great. I like this. Just the fact I like Nikki. The Bellas were always better heels. Like I don't know. It just never worked for me with them as baby faces, and Nikki had not worked at all as a baby face. So I appreciate this.
Well, they presented it properly, and
yeah,
it's gone well. Worked. I mean, I'm not disappointed with it. Like I said, she's a bitch. That's fine. Perfect.
Yeah. And they need to have a women's title match on the pay-per-view. Excuse me, PLE. So yeah, which this makes sense. They also then had the preview of Stephanie McMahon's podcast that I've never wanted to watch before, but I saw that Paul Heyman was a guest. All right, I'll probably I haven't watched it yet, but I do want to watch that. I did watch the Cody Rhodes one with Natalia. That was really good. That was a great interview.
I don't think no matter who she has as a guest, I can sit through her for an hour.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a chance.
It's not my cup of tea. That's all.
I get you. No, I'm in a very similar boat, but I feel like Heyman I can deal with because I felt the same way and still feel the same way about Logan Paul. People are like, oh, I've only watched the episodes with wrestlers. I'm like, I watched the Triple H one and the Paul Heyman one. After that, I'm like, I can't. If Heyman dominates the conversation, I'm in. But then you had
her and Stephanie. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, if you've seen it, put a little comment in the comment section.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah, I'm down to watch it though. Paul Heyman can. I can watch pretty much anything he does at this point with it. But then we had the big surprise of the night was Solo Sikoa's surprise opponent, and I saw a bunch of different names and didn't see this one as people's guess, which I thought was great, right? Yeah, I thought that made a lot of sense. And it doesn't surprise me in the sense that when Cena said people that don't even work here, people were like, oh, it'll be Edge, it'll be Blood. I'm like, it'll be TNA guys. Like them.
You got to use some comments. You got some.
Just
some
a little.
Common sense is required.
Just
contract wise, who signed? I mean, you got.
Yeah, I mean,
the big folks. That's all.
Yeah, and it's like, let's be real. Like, as we've said before, Tony's really calmed down on the shots at WWE, and they don't really take a lot of shots at AEW on their television. But they're not going to have a working relationship. It doesn't make sense for anybody. Plus, two, if they're going to have Edge come out there, what's he going to do? Lose? Like, that doesn't go for anybody. But yeah, like, it was good to see.
Yeah, even if they did, okay?
Right.
People are going to know him as Edge and wonder where he's been.
Right.
And then at the end of the show, they're going to wonder where he's gone again.
Right. And they're not
defeats the whole purpose for Edge's sake. It defeats the whole purpose. So there's no.
And it defeats the whole. I mean, because WWE isn't going to promote AEW's television on their television as where they can promote, Dolph Ziggler as Nick Nemeth. He's been doing stuff in TNA. They talked about him winning the TNA title. They made sure to put it over that what he's done in TNA, which is awesome. And then he lost, which makes sense. I mean, I would like it was. And I mean, Solo needs a win. And I know some people were saying, oh, if you're going to have these surprises, one of them has to win. And I'm like, do they? Right? Point. Exactly. That's where I thought. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Especially too, like there's a reason why guys are in the WWE and guys aren't. So
are there more surprises, or is the field kind of Sheamus being hurt probably going to be a surprise?
Yeah, I feel like there might be one more in the thing tonight, maybe because tonight the last first round stuff. I feel like there's one more, but I could be crazy about that. Maybe I'm just wishful thinking because I would like to see Joe Hendry in it. I thought there was. one more, but no,
I think I got to do something with Sheamus. So
yeah, no, I did see somebody put a thing in where that it should either Nick Aldis or Adam Pearce should pull out the name, but like say it's him and go out there and wrestle in it. That was a good one. That there's fantasy booking that's dumb, but there's fantasy booking that's fun, and that's fun. Like obviously,
mine last week to you was Nick Aldis or Joe Hendry. Remember?
Yeah. No, yep. Joe Hendry makes a lot of sense. I just feel like if Nick Aldis, if it's going to be him, it's got to be him. As long where it ends with him and Pierce going against each other, which may be happening starting up when they had them arguing in the back about Drew coming out last week, and that could be a start of a feud with them. I would like to see that, but maybe that's just me.
I think that'd be good for like the first 5-6 minutes. And hopefully it wouldn't go too much longer than that.
That's how I was gonna say. Give them a 10-minute match. That's all they need. They don't need much. They can get everything in. Yeah. No, I don't. We don't need a 20-minute from those. Yeah. I mean, Aldis is younger than we think. Like he's only like 37, 38, but still. There was more action for the women's War Games match. I mean, I get it. They're trying to make this more personal with stuff. You know, that was fine. You know, we had
Nia Jax coming out in the extra large T-shirt as opposed
extra
to
large Rey Mysterio T-shirt. I wonder if there was
as opposed to the sweater that you wore last week.
I wonder if there was like when she wore that specific shirt. I wonder if there was something with her shirt that she had that it didn't fit. I don't know because I don't think it was on purpose. Charlotte coming back to save them with it. I mean, this makes sense to a point. I also think I'm wondering if this is how Liv comes back somehow. You know what I mean? Because they still haven't announced because they've shown the pictures now of the match where there's a vacant on each side of the women. So we know they're adding someone to each of the women's match. It's going to be tonight on SmackDown, and obviously people listening will have watched that already. But I'm curious with it. I don't know. I just feel like that timing might work out with it. Maybe that's why like Charlotte and Rhea were able to make peace because maybe Liv wants to come back and join their team. I don't know.
I don't know if it's too early yet.
I don't either.
If I remember when they said how long she'd be out, I think they said closer to the new year, I thought.
All right. Well, maybe. That's a good point. Yeah.
Nick Aldis at 39 years old, by the way.
Okay. All right. I was close. I said 38. I'm all right with that. I mean, War Games is in the last Saturday of November. I mean, you're getting pretty close to the end of the year by then. No, I mean, I'm wondering who else they can add to it. I think it's kind of my point where to make it impactful, because obviously, as we'll get through the show, what they added to the men's match, which was exactly what I said was going to happen, but that was kind of obvious. But hello, stars. Jesus Christ, that's a stacked War Games. So now we've probably got the most fun segment to talk about for the show. No, I mean, this was... this had to happen. Like yeah. I mean, this was where it was going for the storyline wise, and they made it work with it. But I mean, this was why we posted where we showed angry Becky's tweets earlier. This match was why. And I mean, this match was what it was going to be. It was fine, but I mean, she's still rough. She's still green for sure, which is why she's wearing green colors. But I give a lot of credit to Maxxine for growing and being a much better performer, but this was all Becky. This match was 100% Becky Lynch being an amazing heel, an amazing wrestler, guiding everybody through the match. Like she was running the show, and I loved every minute of it. And you knew this had to happen. I mean, this was just what had to happen.
Yeah, I figured it was gonna, but
but
I can live with it.
I mean, they also even had, the whole stuff with Jessica Carr being the referee in all the matches. So that's the thing too, is because I saw some people being like, oh my God, how could they have Becky lose to Maxxine? I'm like, she lost, but there was also the referee stuff, and AJ came back, which I thought was great. I thought that
which Becky mentioned in another tweet.
Oh, of course she did.
Yeah, she mentioned.
What did she call it? Did she call AJ something like? Did she make some sort of like old rep? Because she's been calling people like not.
I can find it while you're talking.
Yeah, no, that's great. But this made a lot of sense, and honestly, like I said, this storyline's been building. If you watch wrestling, it's kind of like we've been talking about with Samoa Joe, where like he kind of has to win, otherwise, what the frick are you doing? That's what this was, where like Maxxine kind of had to win, but having it be because AJ came out and caused a distraction made a lot of sense. And I mean, we haven't seen AJ since WrestlePalooza, which some people were like, oh my God, she, they were talking crap, but she was on a book tour that was already booked before she had come back. It just worked out that she could do WrestlePalooza. But I don't know if everybody saw that video from backstage, but AJ signed I think they said multi-year contract that she's going to be pretty much a full-time wrestler like CM Punk. So, but yeah, Maxxine won.
Yeah, Maxxine has gone from like a deer in the headlights look to actually looks like she's confident in what she's doing now.
Right.
So
Right.
We're moving in the right direction.
Right. And I wouldn't say I want her to be like booking the match and calling it move for move, but I feel like, yeah, she's confident enough in what she's doing. There's still going to be some growing pains within it, but as we've said before, that's not her fault at all. She didn't decide to like, oh, I'm going to be on the main roster and start here. And she was brought up there by Vince. And
okay, here's what she said.
Oh yeah.
Rebecca Quinn 1 day ago. Messy Maxxine Dupri. Remember when she ran a modeling agency? Which was terrible, by the way. No style, no glam. Did AJ Loser Lee hire Maxxine to help dress her husband? Total lightweight, terrible shoes in exchange for the interference. Please look into this matter. Adam Pearce, the fans deserve a real champion and not a runaway reject. Perfectly done.
The terrible shoes line is so good because AJ's like, you couldn't lace up my Chuck Taylors. No, that's God. Becky's all right. So yeah, Drew's still number one, but Becky's moving up. Becky's in this race now. Wow. The AJ Loser Lee, Messy Maxxine. Oh, that is
the runway thing is funny.
Yeah, no, that is top tier. And then also too to still be able to like brag on Punk, but I mean even inadvertently like puts over Seth for having fashion. Like there's just there's
a lot of layers there, wasn't there?
Yeah, levels, layers. That's just well done. I love it. No, good job, Becky.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
How long do you think this is going to roll with Maxxine? Is this a short-term thing? Like relatively, you think it might go a little bit?
I feel like it's got to go a bit, but I don't know if it has to go super long. But then, I mean, what do they do? So I would think
there's a lot of questions, dude.
Well, so here's my thought. My thought is that Becky wins it back so that AJ can win it from Becky. Maybe I don't know though. Because I feel like that was where it was going, or maybe now Becky and AJ can have a feud without the belt and Maxxine can do something else and challenge people for, I'm not sure. I would think it goes on through the pay-per-view because that's only like a week away. Good Lord, I can't believe
I don't know. If you do that, I like the Becky AJ thing, but you have to give Maxxine some star power on her end of the thing to make sure she can, get the rub, as they say.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if maybe that's like Bailey. Like that. I'm trying to think of like people that would have a star power, but also would help her in the sense that you need somebody who can coach. Like Bailey would work.
Yeah, like an in-ring tutorial.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and my first thought was Bailey. She's got the pedigree. She's great at this. She can make anybody look good.
Triple H has the pedigree.
Hey-o, time to play the game. So then the main event match, but not main event segment, but match of the night for me, probably match of the week, honestly, was Javon Evans and Gunther. I mean, it was good to see Gunther back. He had his old music, but like a little bit more redone, which is just forget what number. I think it's just a regular classical music symphony. But no, that was good because I never really liked the chanting and the Gunther. You know what I mean? That wasn't really.
Yeah, it reminds you of something bad.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Just it was. I'm not a big fan of that. And I mean, I get it that he's Austrian and he's big and evil, but no, the Imperium music or whatever, it worked. This was great. They beat the snot out of each other. Javon Evans, I mean, they had a great video package earlier in the show. I mean, I saw some people complaining about different things, but I just didn't. I didn't see anything wrong with this. I thought this is what Tony tries to do with people when they have competitive matches and lose. You know what I mean? Like this is because Tony will have them do it against somebody.
You have to have somebody who knows what the hell they're doing. Gunther. Teaching a different person, Javon, how to do things, and Javon's enthusiastic and picks up on it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, and it's also like when Tony does it, it'll be against a guy who, like, hey, maybe he's had the mid card belt or is like a tag guy, like a guy with like a good wrestler, but like not Gunther. Gunther.
Yeah, let's be fair, Jake. Let's be fair. He has competitive matches with Riho and
exactly
and stuff. Exactly. They're all competitive matches,
right? Well, I'm just thinking of like when people debut and then lose, or like they lose a match, but that's supposed to get them over. Like it doesn't work a lot of times unless you do the right things within it. But this was perfect. Like this,
a really competitive match on a show should be a special occasion, like this one.
Yeah.
It was one of the highlights of the show. It stuck out because it was that good.
And just the whole time as you're seeing, you're like, this is why that they believe so much in Javon Evans. I mean, the kid's 20 or 21, and yeah, he's
So would you rather see one match like the one we saw here, or 15 competitive matches with nobodies?
Exactly.
Not nobodies. I don't mean it that way.
But
unless they're talent, let's go with.
Right. No, this was like, I mean, this was perfect for him. And then he's got wrestling in the Garden checked off his list. He wrestled on Raw, wrestled a former world champion. Like, yeah, of course he was gonna lose. That was the point. But it's one of those things. Somebody goes over, somebody gets over, and Javon got the hell over, and I loved it. I loved every part of it.
He's on his way already there.
Well, no, for sure. I just think this was one of those. Hey, if there's people that don't ever watch NXT or pay any attention, that, like, you know what I mean, the first time they saw him or whatever. But
he's one of those dudes, though. You really don't need to watch NXT. You've heard of this guy already. You know there's buzz already.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, and there's one of those. Yeah, or I've heard about this kid. Let's see what. Oh, yeah, no, that's why. And that worked. No, that was great. And then you had the main event segment, which was, we all knew what that was going to be. I do like the look of this group, though. I don't know why Logan Paul was in tactical vest.
Yeah, was this a Shield reference?
I think he was trying to, but I'm not sure. I don't really.
Yeah.
I don't really know. But I mean, every group's got to have that one, like, super douchebag. In my group of high school friends, we had a kid that. He was the skinniest guy in the group, but he was short, but he would always be the one who started all the fights we got in. Like, damn it, Kyle.
The size of Drew's arms. Holy crap.
I know. Drew's a house.
Jesus.
And then Breaker's also, too, like the both of them. But yeah, no, Drew's incredible.
Yeah, Logan Paul's no slouch in the definition department, but Drew is just cut.
Drew's, that's a beast. And then Cody and Punk come out. Did you see Cody try to give him the knuckles and Punk never looked at him?
No, it just blew him off.
But people were saying, like, like making jokes of him. Like, honestly, I feel like that was done on purpose so that Heyman could say that he'll leave you hanging or whatever. Like, talk about Punk. Like, I don't know. It seemed too perfect to be done with the way they caught it for it not to be done on purpose. But maybe I'm wrong. But then we had the, everybody starts fighting with everybody. You got Cody on the table over there, and then Brock comes out and suplexes everybody, or not everybody, but Punk and Cody all over the ring. Jesus,
he took it easy. He took it easy on Punk more than he did Cody.
He did, which I'm sure Cody told him to, and I'm sure Punk told him to, but he's still like I don't understand how he's that strong and that his debut was like over 20 years ago. That was, I don't know. It's just, and he still moves basically the same speed. It's frightening to me. And then what we all knew what was going to happen, Roman Reigns. This just made the most sense. You had
the slimmer, leaner Roman Reigns.
Right. The more like,
as is really obvious by this picture.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he's slowly making that transition to Hollywood. He doesn't need to be the giant, massive house that he was. He can still wrestle and do his moves. Plus, his two finishers, he doesn't need to be lifting people. He does the Superman punch and the spear. Like, hey, that's great. You don't have to. Yeah. And then there was kendo sticks, and Cody did the Cody cutter with Drew through the table. But just, I mean, look at the scars.
Go back.
Yeah, what's up?
For those of you that are really have no idea what you're talking about, these are not NYPD. Okay. At one point, WWF used to use real New York City police. These people are not. Because I did see some people think they were really NYPD.
Right. No. Yeah. No.
I couldn't believe it.
We talked about this before. The stuff that people buy, and then there'll be this
nice touch. It was a nice touch to the tribute of the old days. Because that's what you always saw.
Especially with war games too. Like that's what I kind of felt like of why they were doing it. Also, shout out to the guy behind CM Punk's left elbow there in the Tottenham Hotspur jersey. I did not notice that. Hell yeah. Sorry. There's not many of us out there.
I don't even know.
It's the A in the AIA. I see it. And the people listening to me because of that will appreciate that shout out. That's awesome. No, but it was a fun way to do the segment. I mean, and people are saying it about this War Games that it's the most star-studded War Games probably ever. And it's hard to deny that. I mean, with just the men's team or the babyface team alone of these three, and then you've got the Usos too. and then with Brock on the other side, it goes, good Lord.
Then the mystery was the broadcast just going black. People were wondering what, because there was a shitload of stuff that happened when this went off the air.
Yeah, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, they do extra stuff for the Madison.
It was just weird what they did. Now, they didn't put it out. Like, let me think. I saw fan cam footage of everything that happened after Raw, not on WWE.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, but not on WWE, so they didn't film it for a reason. They just oh, I know what happened. There was a power outage at Netflix. Shit. That was it. I just remembered that. There was a power outage.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so
that's just when I remember. Okay, that's right. Yeah, there was a power outage. I think not at MSG, but at Netflix.
Right, at Netflix. Okay,
I'm positive on that.
Well, that would make sense because it wasn't like the power flickered out or anything on.
No, it just went out.
Yeah, that makes sense, and it's not like they have to hit a time on Netflix. They don't care. Netflix doesn't.
Yeah, because that would meant. Yeah, that makes sense. I did.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
No, that last part was supposed to be on TV. I think.
I'm sure of it. Yeah. And when I saw it, I thought, and I wonder if maybe that they've got it filmed and they might put it on like on a highlight package like tonight or on Raw before or whatever, you know. But yeah, you're probably. I didn't. Okay, I knew it. I knew it ended kind of weird, but I just didn't. You know, I was just thought that was the end of the show. But that makes sense.
If I'm wrong, let me know. But I don't think I was wrong on this one.
No, that makes a lot of sense as to why, especially with them. We just had Brock and Roman show up for it. Like, you're not going to cut to black to.
Yeah. Just a weird.
No, for sure. But that was a good Raw. I really thought that was. I mean, obviously, it was MSG. You knew it was going to be fun, but
they're picking
that
up.
was.
They're picking up.
And which is what we've been saying for a while. Like, there's always going to be a lull period, and then you pick it up towards the end of the year to lead into the Royal Rumble, and you're in Mania season. And I'm excited so far for what we have for Survivor Series. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I don't know. I mean, what do they have so far for it? You've got the men's and women's war games. Let's see. Got the men's and women's war games.
Someone's got traditional.
No, that's not. That's on SmackDown. That's tonight on SmackDown. Yeah. Now that might still be able to do something. Yeah. So right now you've just got 4. You got the men's and women's war games. Dom versus Cena. Vicaire versus Nikki. I'm sure they'll do at least 1, if not 2 more matches, but we'll see. No, I'm definitely looking forward to it though. That's for sure.
Yes, me too.
Sweet. All right, and then we had NXT as well from. I mean, it's technically still Madison Square Garden, but it's the theater at Madison Square Garden. What'd you say the old name was? The
Felt Forum.
Felt Forum. I knew Forum. I forgot about the Felt.
Yeah.
Now,
hey, before we jump into this, I looked when we took a little break behind the scenes, folks. Sorry. I have nothing to confirm that Netflix had a power outage, but I remember reading it somewhere. And if I'm wrong, someone correct me in the comments or just tell me what I read wrong or what I read right. There's nothing that says it happened. So I don't know if I'm right or wrong. So please let me know.
But that would make a lot of sense for sure. I
just want to clarify that though.
Yeah. No.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we will update you guys probably on Sunday during Sunday Night Spaces here at 8:05 p.m. Eastern on my X account at AltJake Takes On, where we will review the pay-per-view that's this Saturday. Oh boy. Full gear. It's gonna be a fully long card. But the theater at MSG was, it looked like it was pretty full. I'm not sure how big it actually is, but I think it's like 4,000 or 5,000. But it looked decent. I don't know what the exact number was. I wonder. I haven't looked that up. I could probably pull that up.
Yeah, it's a good little building.
Yeah, no, and I know they've done shows from NXT there before. I don't know if there's been any other wrestling that's gone there. Like, I don't think that they would have done that. I could be wrong, but
so you've heard back in the early days of WWF that they used to show the
satellite,
closed circuit.
Closed circuit. Yeah.
This is the place where these people were sitting watching. This is the
right. Because it's like a concert venue in a sense too, with the way it can be set up for it. Yes, no, I forgot about that. Where they would do, because back before pay-per-view and before you could have it at home, they would do like WrestleMania 1 was closed circuit, like from movie theaters or.
This was the place all people in New York went. Right?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, no, I forgot about that. That's a good little reference. I forgot about that. Yeah, so they had like 3,000 people in there for it. That's what it's. And the place can hold, I think, like 4,800. It says so. Yeah, no, that's cool. It was fun. This was a good show. This is a good match to kick it off too, because I mean everybody loves Joe Hendry. Thea Hale's a fun part of it, but really it was all to see the heels be the heels. And I mean, I know that we keep saying that Ethan Page is going to stay on the NXT roster, but this gimmick with him and Chelsea, I could see it having legs on the main roster, but why? It doesn't need to. Like, really, it's great on NXT, and they're also doing, I mean, I guess technically main roster stuff in AAA, since they're the AAA mixed tag team champions or whatever that's called. I think it's the AAA mixed tag team champions. Yeah. But this was fun. Thea Hale's talented. She's got a lot of spunk, as they say.
Got me to like her because I didn't like what she was doing before.
Well, she was kind of, I liked what she did in Chase U as like the over energy person in the group. It worked, but that was what it was supposed to do. The problem is without the group, she just kind of floundered. So, but I've always thought she's had good in-ring talent. Like, I think she seems to be a good learner. She's, not big, obviously. She's doesn't have much size, but she's got a lot of energy and she's very strong too for her size. Yeah, but I mean,
she's definitely changed her image too. When she first came up, she wasn't. I hate critiquing women because it sounds bad coming out of a guy's voice, but it looks like she leaned up and pumped up and got herself defined muscular wise.
I get you. No, that makes it. And also too, I mean, that
guys, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, but I get you. And also, I mean, some of that, and this is not even going to sound that great either, but it's true. Like, some of that comes with like age and like your body maturing into, like, you don't want to use the term like baby fat, but I kind of in that sense of it, where she's able to really kind of become more from a girl to a woman, because she's only like 22, 23. She's still a kid,
that's a good way to put it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm trying.
When she first came in with Chase U, she just looked not chubby.
I mean, she kind of looked like she was a college kid, like essentially like a college freshman. Now she looks
good. She looks good.
Yeah, and clearly they obviously believe that she's got a lot of talent, because she made it through that wave of cuts that I honestly was surprised she did, and I'm glad she did though, because I think she's got the talent for it. But obviously Chelsea and Ethan had to win. Duh, like this. I think there's a AAA show either tonight or tomorrow night on YouTube. I don't know if they're a part of it, but I can guarantee you I'm gonna watch it when I see it. When I turn on my YouTube tomorrow or the next day and see that it's there, I'm like, sure, I'll watch that. I don't know why more shows aren't on YouTube when they're not sure what
usually they throw those on Saturday, don't they?
I thought so, but I swear I thought I saw something that said it was tonight, but maybe I was. Yeah, I'm either way, it's this weekend, and I'm subscribed to the channel, and the YouTube algorithm knows that I will watch that when it comes through. But
yeah, normally I'd be looking behind the scenes if I threw my phone in the living room. So
all good. No. And then so Ava made the announcement that John Cena is going to be like picking the Iron Survivors for NXT deadline that's in 3 weeks, I think, then December 6th. But so that's cool. Hey, having Cena be involved with anything with the NXT folks is great. They can
and this all ties into that Saturday night's main event where he says he's gonna have NXT people.
Yeah, right. Which is again also great for everybody involved. Like, you can only, as we talked about with Javon Evans earlier, the exposure is great. You can see these young talent. The future is bright. That's for sure.
I wonder which one of the young NXT guys is going to pull the upset in an exhibition victory over a veteran.
Good question. That is a good question, especially too, because there will be some. That would be more
it'll be one or two.
Yeah, but I think you're right that it should be like an upset. Like, it should be like Miles Bourne or something, as opposed to like if it was Trick or Ricky Saints or.
It's not going to be a top. It's not going to be a
right.
Top.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, NXT, it's going to be someone that you wouldn't expect.
Like if it was Tavion Heights would be a good one too. Something like that. I get it. Yeah, it would be something where it's more of a surprise, but somebody it's more of the middle level now, but that's just because they're growing. I mean, also, what's the kid that they Shiloh Hill could possibly do it, something like that.
They put them as exhibitions for a reason. That's
exactly. Yeah. And so then you had this where I guess Sol Ruca's not as hurt as I thought she was. I thought she like tore ACL or something, or had to was going to be out for a long time, but here she was wrestling this match. I'm not exactly sure of this. I thought she was for sure like seriously injured, so I'm glad she's not. I don't think they didn't say tear. Yeah,
of MCL,
and she didn't, and it wasn't like she vacated the title. They put it within the storyline, so maybe it was just like she tweaked her knee or had to have, what is it, like orthoscopic surgery or something. That's because she only was out for a couple of weeks. But
I would almost guess
the storyline.
I would almost guess, having had it before, you always hear torn meniscus, and no one ever knows what that is. And it just a piece of your inner kneecap flakes off, and it hurts until you get it zapped away with a laser, like a zapper, and it just blows it right out of the way.
Yeah,
torn meniscus is nothing, honestly, unless you really just rip it off. But
well, I'm just glad for her, because as we talked about before, I mean, she's had the other knee was an issue. So I was real happy that they were, and then how they were able to work into the storyline too, just made a lot of sense. Like, and then because obviously Blake took the title off of Zarya, so then they got to have it with, she had to wrestle, or Sol Ruca got to actually wrestle Blake for the title. Blake is very much improved. Like, when we first saw her coming over from AEW, like, we knew she had some talent, but there was some rough around the edges. I thought this match was great. Like, I thought this match was I hate to use the word banger, but it really was. Like, it flowed well. Blake got over as the crazy person that she is, with the two-sided, what do they call her? The girl from hell and the glamour. I like it though. And then she just wrenched the living crap out of her knee until Zarya tossed in the towel, which
took the knee brace off too. I always love that move.
Right. Yeah. That's always great. Yeah. You've got to really sell it and hit it home. And then this makes this work so that either Zarya can turn heel on Sol, or they can try to make Sol a heel and make her turn on Zarya. But I don't think that doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't think, Sol's going to have to, it's going to be, she's one of those characters where, like, maybe they can try to be a heel with her, but she seems too likable. I don't know. We'll see. But I feel like,
I like the Blake Monroe gimmick.
Yeah.
Cool. But you said rough around the edges a little bit. She was a lot of bit rough around the edges.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be nice.
Don't sugarcoat that. But also, she's making a lot of progress quickly, which is good.
And from everything you've heard about her, like, this was her dream. Like, she wanted to be in WWE. She's a WWE fan for life, is what she called herself. She's, when she, like, getting there, she's gonna listen to the coaching. Triple H and Shawn Michaels are like two of her favorites of all time anyway. She's gonna, whatever she's being told, she's like, yes, I'm listening. I'm taking the coaching. Obviously, they believe in her. Everything we've heard is that this is not going to be a short title reign for her. They don't have they're going to give her the time in NXT to fully develop and blossom, so that when she does eventually come up, she can take over that division too, which is great. She's an awesome talent, and yeah, this was fun. Good for her. I like this segment a lot too. I like the Ricky and Oba. I mean, stars. Like, they're both just stars in different ways, obviously. I mean, look at them. We've got the giant from Nigeria and the scrappy guy from New Orleans and Texas. I love it though. I think this is going to be great. I really, really do. Their match at, what was it? It wasn't Halloween Havoc. It was No Mercy. That was fun. Obviously Opa has to get his payback. I'm not sure if he gets the title back the first time, but maybe. They get to have a feud for a while, right? I don't know.
Where's Oba Femi really from? I forgot.
He's really from Nigeria, but he moved over to the States early in his life.
Where though? I forgot.
Let me look it up. I've looked this up before. I know he went to college at Alabama. I know that for sure.
Yeah, the accent's totally fake.
Right. No. Well, the accent's it's additionally put on because he is from Nigeria. He was from Lagos, Nigeria.
None of it, dude.
No, but and he was born in 1998.
1998. Oh my gosh.
It's it says he was it said he was stayed in Nigeria until 2016 or the fall of 2017. He relocated to the United States. So I don't know. I mean,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought it was earlier, but no, he's really Nigerian. But yeah, he was what did he do it on a track and field scholarship at the University of Alabama. I'm shocked they didn't try to get him to play football at that size, man. Jesus. I mean, he's a large man.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
But his track and field just kind of makes shot put. That's what it was. I didn't know if it was hammer throw or shot put. I was trying to look that up. Yeah. But I could see that where, yes, this guy could fuck a shot put. Good Lord. But I thought this was also fun where Trick tried to come out and like inject himself and talk shit and got murked by Miles Bourne because He's been messing with him before. I like this. This worked for me. Again, I still think Trick's ready to go up, but I like that he's wrestling with Miles because Miles is probably my favorite guy in NXT. I like that guy a lot. I think he's very, very talented. So that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, the trick, Oba, all these guys, they're all seasoned and raring to go, but like we talked about so many times, there's no place to go. And
well, I mean, Oba still, I think, needs some time. I know he looks the part, but they've kind of hid. They've made him look as good as he's looked. You know what I mean? Like he's got it in him and he'll be fine, but he's also, I mean, he's 27, so there's time. You know,
yeah,
I mean?
He's one you could throw up there and no one would blink an eye.
The thing with Oba is you either need to have him come up and be like in the main event scene right away, like for the main title, or he comes in like during one of the US Open challenges and wins that and holds that mid-card belt for 6-10 months or something like that.
He's gonna take the same route that Braun Breaker took.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. That's which, I mean, yeah, they know what they're doing, and it's not like they need to have that fresh injection because the TV's stale or the roster stale or people aren't enjoying the shows. You know what I mean? Like they'll be fine and they'll bring him up when they're ready for it. The Braun Breaker path, I don't think there's a better path you can take. I mean, he did everything you need in NXT. He was beyond seasoned and he hit the ground running from day one. And now he's in pretty much every main event scene. And he's been on the poster of, he was on the War Games poster. But yeah, no, they also announced that it'll be Miles Bourne versus versus Trick Williams next week at Gold Rush, which
good.
Yeah. Exactly. That kid, Miles Bourne, that kid's got a lot of talent for sure. Then we had Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus Dark State. I mean, good for Javon Evans wrestling in New York City MSG on 2 back-to-back nights. I mean,
at least travel is life.
Yeah. rough stopover from the same hotel. But I mean, obviously they've got a lot of belief in him, and as well they should, as we talked about when he faced Gunther. But this was fun. I enjoyed it.
Dark State needs a lot of work.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I see
There's potential.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, obviously, look at him. There's big dudes. There's a lot of athleticism in there. But I mean,
you could take the two guys in the middle, make them something, and 2 guys on the end. Just come back to me next week.
Yeah, you know, I could see that. No, I know what you mean. It's just, and I get the idea of why they're having them be this group of 4 that does the free bird rules or stuff. Right. But, and I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. And it makes sense of why they can then win and have the tag titles, but also too, yeah, there's a lot of work that's needed. And that's the other thing about, as much as I enjoy NXT, still always have to remember it is developmental. No matter what anybody else tries to spin on it, this is where you develop to go onto the main roster. It's not like very few people get to skip it. And then we had the main event.
That ever changes, Jake? Do you think NXT becomes the third brand and then they have something else for developmental?
I don't think so, because I think it works the way it is now. Because I don't think people, honestly, asking people that only watch Raw and SmackDown or the casual fan or whatever to add another one, I think it's kind of perfect in that mold where if you're a hardcore fan and you really enjoy wrestling and you want to watch that stuff, it's there for you, but you don't have to keep up with the main stories. I think that's probably, and I feel like, I mean, like they've already got Raw and SmackDown that are 2.5 hours and about to be 3 hours again. I don't think they have much more room plus they can keep the NXT salaries lower. So that also helps too. Yeah. At least for now. We'll see. I mean, it could change depending on what Evolve does, but
I really had no opinion. I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. Not something I'd really thought about. So it was a good thought-provoking question, which I always love. But this was the main event. Jacy Jayne coming in the rematch.
Event. Of course.
Yeah. And honestly, like this made a ton of sense in a lot of different ways, where clearly they're trying to make Tatum Paxley a real baby face, but she's with this heel group. And pretty much from the moment she won the title, she's been getting the side eye from Izzy Dane, Sean Spears, and I always forget the other guy that's in the group. But the other guy that's in the group I'm shit at names. It's not
Yeah, I'm
nothing to do with him.
here, sorry.
It's nothing to do with him. It's 100% me, and I understand that. Like, I'm bad with names. I tell people all the time, like when I meet them, I'm like, I'll remember who you are and like your life story that you've told me, but I'll forget your name. It's just how I roll. But this match was fine. This was fun. Jacy Jayne again, just she's a sales machine. Like, she just is such a great heel seller, like with the facial reactions, the way she takes the bumps, the way she is like braggadocious and cocky and then gets her comeuppance. She's great. She's really,
her reactions have gotten so much better. So much better. And it's noticeable. It's noticeable to me because, like, I'm of course the head of the train here, so I got
the conductor.
Girl, I gotta pay attention.
Well, and
her facial reactions to moves has gotten
and I feel better. Like that's just a confidence in it where like she knows she can do it now. Like, you know what I mean? When she first took the title and was doing it, it was like fake it till you make it, which is some of the best advice in wrestling because you're faking it anyway. So, she's really come into her own, and she's just this awesome bitchy heel that is great. I say this
before? She's like the modern day woman HBK.
I don't think you have. I like that. No, that's a good way to put it, especially with having the group with her and kind of doing the, doing the dirty work for her. And then the turn where Izzy Dane turns on Tatum and cost her the belt. Duh. Like this was coming. I was surprised this didn't happen when Tatum was trying for the belt. I thought she was going to stop her from it from there, but this actually made more sense because it gets more sympathy for Tatum Paxley because she had the belt and lost it because all she's ever wanted from the time I've been watching NXT, all she's ever wanted is a true friend. She thought she had one and she turned on her, and that's classy. Like, it's great. It's professional wrestling. Like, it's perfect. And your girl wins. And honestly, I was applauding it. I texted you right away. I sent you the Mr. Burns tenting the fingers. Excellent. Because it was like, that was exactly how it should have gone for everybody involved. The heel, she didn't cheat to win, but she took advantage of the situation. They turn on Tatum so that she's a full-on babyface now and has all this sympathy. It's again, Jacy went over, Tatum got over, everybody wins. I loved it. And then you end with, and now Tatum doesn't have to go back for the belt. Her and Izzy can have an angle, and then somebody else can take Jacy on for the belt. I would assume like maybe Jordan Grace or somebody, I don't know, some babyface can take her on for it.
Yeah, they need, what they need to do is keep Blake Monroe running with hers and keep Jacy running with hers, and just put them up, take them down, put them up, take them down.
Yeah, no, and then if they do think Jacy at some point when she is ready to go up, or they do want to put the title on a babyface, she'll be great in the way she drops it and put them over and make them look great because that's what she does.
Can you see if Liv comes back to SmackDown or Raw and brings Jacy Jayne with her?
I mean, if they want to have it, if maybe not yet, but if Liv comes back and they end up making her a babyface because Roxanne and Raquel pushed her out of Judgment Day or whatever with it, or however they do it. There could be somebody that ends up coming up with her. I'm not sure what it would be or how they would do it. Honestly, I feel like, well, I mean, I guess, what was it? Jasmine Nix left, but it's like the whole, Fatal Influence group could have worked on the main roster, and maybe still could, depending on how they do it. But I wouldn't be opposed to that. I'm never opposed to people.
I think Jacy's a much better heel, though.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Which, I mean, then they could have, she comes in, then turns her. No, Jacy's a great heel. And honestly, she's kind of proven herself as being like the leader of a group too. No, that's
I'm sticking with my HBK reference.
Yeah, no, I liked it. That was a very good, it's a good way of putting it. Cause she's great. It's, as we've said from the beginning of us doing this show, what makes you great is your selling. It's not about the moves that you do. Yes, I know Will Ospreay does a bunch of great moves, but how does he sell the moves that are done him? That's what the greats always do, and especially great heels. That's like you said, the facial reactions. You've got to make us want to care and want to get into it, and that's exactly. No, it was good. It was a good week of wrestling, though. I mean, I enjoyed both of those shows immensely. I'm looking forward to SmackDown tonight. Not as much the pay-per-view on Saturday, but I'll watch it. And then War Games next Saturday, which should be fun.
Yeah, busy.
Yeah, no, we're getting into it. And then we've got Thanksgiving and then
so
right
Sunday we'll review some SmackDown and do some Full Gear and anything else that pops up.
Yep. That pretty much. That'll be exactly it. We'll do SmackDown, Full Gear, and what I'm sure something will come up between now and then that we'll talk about as well. But yeah, that's Sunday, 8:05 p.m. Eastern through my X account at
I have a question.
Yes. What's up?
When I'm in there as a co-host, they can look at my X account too and come in, couldn't they? Or no?
I'm not sure. I know if you follow, because you're a speaker, I'm thinking if you or I are, because you're also as a speaker.
Because I'll see you if you're speaking on someone else's spaces. I'll see your name on my notifications. I can go in there.
And then if you're on like the X, I think it's just like the straight up homepage. Or like if you're on where like, just the homepage of, or like where it's the for you or following, over to the right side, it'll say live on X. If somebody is hosting or speaking, it'll say it there as well, and they can just click on it right from there. Here,
Okay.
Here, hang on. I can quickly. Let's just to do what I mean is like this right here. Let's just boom. So yeah, like right over here to the right where it says live on X, where it's Denise Salcedo and Sam Kindler is hosting a space. So yeah, they would click them right from there. Makes it pretty simple. Yeah,
it's pretty easy.
No, I'm all for it. Yeah, no, and then if people. If you're not sure, just follow George or I on X at AltJake Takes On or at George Captor right there on the bottom of the screen. We've got them there for you. Everything's also in our description too. All the times of our shows, how to find us on podcast feeds, how to subscribe. Please make sure if you're not subscribed, we appreciate it.
Yeah, here's the thing, Jake. I've been listening to some other shows too, some bigger shows, and they've had the same problem with subscriptions.
You know.
They're like, subscriptions don't cost anything.
Nothing.
All you have to do is click a button and subscribe. And then if you want to get notifications, you click the bell. That's
right.
It. That's it.
I've even told people, you can take the bell and like turn it off so you don't get the notifications if you don't want them, because I know people get upset about those. I'm like, but the subscribe helps us. It keeps the algorithm going. It also shows us that we are, liked by people. We appreciate it.
I've seen some bigger shows trying to get to a certain level. Some big shows trying to get to the next 1,000. They can't get 62 subscribers because people just don't do it. It's weird.
It doesn't make, I don't quite, I feel like it's the word subscription versus follow, because when I posted stuff on like the podcast feeds of like, hey, follow us on Spotify, a bunch of people went in and clicked on that because I'm like, it's the same thing. I promise you won't have to pay for it.
Subscription means money normally, yes.
I swear that's what that must be what they feel, and I get that. But I promise you, like on YouTube, it's memberships you can pay for, which we don't even have those because we're not. You got to get bigger to get those, and we're not trying to. If you want to donate you're more than welcome to. But everything's free. We try to give it all free, and that's why we want to be available on every possible feed that we can be. So
I wonder if YouTube would be open to changing that description model. I don't know.
I feel like they probably like it.
People, everybody's got the same issue, dude.
I feel like that's probably beneficial to YouTube because people will still watch, but then they don't have to pay them out. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Because I thought so, but then I'm like, wait, because you've got to have a certain number of subscriptions to get ads, and yes, you make revenue from the ads, but YouTube's going to make more revenue. So I would think it would.
So what's the problem with just putting follow the YouTube channel? Click here.
Right? No, I was thinking there was a way they were making money out of it, but like off our channel, they don't make squat. We just take up space on their channel. So no, they should. I'll send. There's a feedback section in the YouTube studio. I'll send it to them. They won't read it, but I'll send it.
No, they actually look at that stuff. They do.
No, I'm. I always like to give feedback on those type of things because I'm a natural problem solver, so I can usually see some sort of fix or something with it, or something that I'll run into. So no, I'm down. We will go like 2-3 weeks without getting anybody, and then all of a sudden we'll get like 5-10 in a day because people. I don't know. It doesn't make.
I think changing one word makes a big difference.
I think so. No, I think it's the word subscription. People hear subscription, you think, well, older people like us are going to think like magazine subscription, or people now probably like streaming subscription or whatever. It's going to cost you monthly, but I promise you, ours are all free. There are ways you can pay and donate, but you've got
as are everybody else's subscriptions. Everybody on YouTube, they're all free. Subscription to the channel, they're all free.
Yep. They're free and they will not take up anything of your time. I mean, it might, yeah, it might throw one into your algorithm, but you can put them on take them off the notifications. They won't even bother you. So please, by all means, subscribe, share it with your friends, get them to subscribe, join the live show. We have a lot of interesting conversations in the chat. And if I see something I like, we'll put it on screen and bring you and talk about it. We are happy to interact with everybody. Anything else you wanted to cover or get into today, my friend?
No, I am all good. See you
Sweet.
Sunday.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yep, thanks everybody for listening. We will see you this Sunday, 8:05 p.m. Eastern for a SmackDown and Full Gear review. Thanks for listening, everybody. We will catch you next time. Peace.
We appreciate you making it to the end of the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.